Good morning, how are you? The deer were out this morning and they looked a little bit timid. So they were out without their parents, so I think they were the youngsters. If you have a look at it, it was almost like they were going to school. And I then started filming and I think I spooked them a little bit, and then they calmed down, had a look around, all staring at you. Fantastic. And the gardens are glowing as well, as you've seen from some of the flowers I've put up either now or just before this. So I'm off to Athens this weekend, well, and it's a long weekend. And then you have a look at the Acropolis. Oh, that's the Acropolis, it's quite nice. I'm going to take my zoom camera this time so that I can get some decent pictures. And then we're going to Hydra, a little island. So I've still to book the ferry, a little ferry across there. I like my ferries, you know. I went to Lake Como, as you know, and I got my ferries there, but got another ferry fest. And yeah, looking forward to it. So yeah, Airbnb and Travelling Light, and I got free, well, cheap tickets. You know, I had to pay taxes on them, but I used up my air miles, so it's all costing as low budget as possible, which is great, because the more budget holidays you can go, the more often you can actually go and use up your Good Friday and Easter Monday to you know, instead of using holidays. So yeah, I'm sure everybody's doing this. It looks like a fine day today, and certainly warm. I had to take my jumper off when I came home. I had a jumper, a scarf, and a jacket, and I had to take them all off by the end of the walk. It's, you know, it's going to be warm this weekend, which is great for the UK at last. And I'm heading up to Scotland to see my grandsons, my two grandsons, when I come back from Greece. And then back to normal after that. So this morning was interesting. Last night I was at rehearsals for my the play. It's only 5 weeks to go, and so thankfully I took the opportunity to get my lines across without actually having, you know, reading them. And I found that it was, you know, the first time you do it, it's quite invigorating. You know, you get an adrenaline rush as if you were live on stage, because, you know, my bit is it's a monologue and nobody's on stage apart from me, and I've got, you know, the entire cast sitting, you know, in rehearsals watching me. Yeah, so it was like, oh, I hadn't realised at the time, but it was like once I managed to get across, it got lots of laughs. I thought, oh wow, and they all patted me on the back saying that was really good. So I was really got quite of an adrenaline rush last night. It was really good, and yeah, so I'm now feeling a bit more comfortable going on holiday, knowing that, you know, I've only got 4 weeks to go after that, and at least I've got the lines of pat. It's still a bit tricky at times, you know, but nevertheless I've got the most of it. You know, I'll get you know, 4 weeks of repeating it, and I'll be okay. But this morning in Bushy Park, there was this woman singing Hallelujah or something like that it was, and I thought, well, she just, for a minute I thought maybe she's rehearsing for something, and I thought, well, why don't I rehearse here? So I started to, you know, do my little lines. I'm standing here today on the village green of Maynard's End. It's one of the Scottish characters I do. And what was the other one? Oh, quite. Good morning, Miss Moody. Good morning, Mrs. Mac. That's the English vicar. So yeah, I started to just get into character. And what I think it's, you know, for presentations and other things that you might do, I think actually the more you are actually disconnect from the words, so you've got them off page, the freer you are to express yourself. And it is scary, there's no doubt about it, it's scary, but the more you do it, like this, even this dialogue, I've got kind of notes just down here to my right so that I make sure I cover all the points I wanted to, but for the most part I'm just having a bit of a ramble, as I say. But yeah, I would do presentations preferably with you know, free form, know your subject, know what you've got to say, have your little, ready reckoner for just taking, reminding yourself of things you've got to make sure you talk about, and then fly, just fly. So I've got talking about speaking, I've got my first conference for about 3 years. I think it may even be longer. The first time that I've been, in fact, I remember, in fact, it was when I started the HSBC in January 2019. I think it was just before I started, I went to, I think it was a Black Hat conference, which was interesting, but just fill your brain. So I've got, and I ended up being on everybody's sort of mailing list and call list or whatever, so I get loads of calls as a result of that, batting them off. No thanks, no, I'm not interested, no. And eventually over a period of time they die out. But so I'm not looking forward to that bit where can we take your the QR code or whatever it is on your shirt, and then you're going to end up with mail. Fortunately, I don't put my work one. I put another one down so that I can actually just disconnect or whatever. I'll choose to disconnect the call if I don't know who it is. But it's called Security First. It's on the 28th, I think it is. 28th of April. Security First 2022. Have a look at it. It should be quite good. I'm looking forward to it. And first all day, I think Phil Hammond, who's the ex-chancellor, you remember him? Big tall guy. He's giving a keynote speech, so it might be all right. No, sorry, that's a dinner afterwards. Sorry, that's a dinner afterwards in the evening at the Gherkin, not the Security First conference. So I'm going to some evening thing, which again continues. I think it's Palo Alto that's running it. But 2 other things left. 2 jobs on the profile, on my LinkedIn profile, that I would recommend you have a look at. One is Head of Risk and Cybersecurity, Global Banking, Business Service and Credit and Lending. That's for HSBC. And the other one is Global Head of Cybersecurity Science and Analytics. If I know you, and I know a lot of people on my LinkedIn, obviously, but I don't know some people. Some people are like recruitment people. I don't really know all of them, and some suppliers that I accept, on my. But most of the rest of the people have been people I've basically worked with over the past. And if any of you are interested in those roles, let me know and I can refer you. But I'm only going to refer you if I know you and I think you're any good. If I remember you as a bit of an idiot, then you're not going to get referred. Sorry for my bluntness, but no, what I do mean is, I've worked with good professionals over the years, and I'm very happy to recommend and send your CV in. So apart from that, that's it. That's all my notes. I looked down, scanned them there without you actually feeling that I was disconnected from the conversation. And I'm actually, see, when I look at it, I'm actually looking at the pinhole on the right hand side of the phone, so you're not looking at yourself, which is just to the left of the eyes. And that way it looks like to you that I'm connected with you, but I'm actually just looking at a little pinhole. But have a fantastic Easter. Tomorrow's Good Friday and Easter Monday, and have a great time with your family and relax. Disconnect from work, disconnect from tech, have a digital detox, so that you're not constantly looking at the phone over the weekend, apart from watching this little video. So have a fantastic weekend.